Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video I'm focusing on these two islands I have within my island, and I want to make a crafting area on one of them and also move all those trees from the one they're currently on to the other one. So I thought I'd do a speed build of that because I think they look quite satisfying to watch somehow. So I'll probably just talk through a bit about what I'm doing and maybe give a few tips on what I think is useful for when you're trying to come up with an idea for the area you're trying to design, because I didn't really have a plan for this. I just I knew I wanted to make a crafting area and a garden kind of area with a greenhouse, and then I just kind of made it. I didn't really have a thought out plan of where I wanted everything to go. But at the moment I'm just moving all these trees to the other island because the other one they were on is more central to the island, so I'd rather have the crafting area there, seeing as I'd use that more than I'd collect the fruit off the trees. Oh yeah, and eating the turnips is a good tip actually, because you can eat just one of the bunch of 10 and it gives you 10 food points, I guess. And so it's a lot quicker than shaking all the trees to get the fruit and then eating it one by one. So it's definitely a really helpful tip. So I just started by doing the pattern on the floor. I think that's a good place to start if you're not really sure, because it kind of spaces out the area. Because I didn't really have any plan of where everything was going to go. I sort of knew I wanted the crafting area on this half of the island because I'm going to have bridges on the left side and at the top. But other than that, I don't really have a plan. I made some furniture that I thought would probably go in the area, and I had looked on Pinterest, and I think I'd been to my friend's island and she had a crafting area. So I've kind of like seen things around, but I haven't really seen anything that I was like 100% that's what I want to do. But definitely Pinterest is a good place to look for inspiration because you can see everything together, so it's quite useful. I prefer to see a lot of images together and kind of browse over them to get inspiration. And this is where I kind of want the greenhouse thing to go, which I have definitely seen on Reddit, I think, and I've seen that before where you use two stools back to back and then they kind of look like a greenhouse. Obviously I'm going to change the customization for them to make them look a bit nicer than the default stool. Well, I'm just playing with the placement at the moment because I'm not sure. I think I definitely want it central to the island, but I don't know exactly how far away they need to be and what I want to use as the back part of them. Because I was thinking I could use a simple panel, but I ended up going with an iron shelf in the end, I think. So if you are struggling with where to put furniture like I was here, I think the best thing to do is just put everything down, or like a few items down, and then you can sort of play with the placement. You just put them in the general area they need to be, and then you can sort of slightly adjust the position, and then it ends up working out quite well in the end. Like, I was pretty happy with how mine looked at the end. It took me ages to figure out how I wanted the pattern flooring to go under these stools, because it kind of hits at the halfway point of that stool, so it looks a bit strange at first, I think, and then I spent ages changing it and then I end up changing it back again. So if you end up doing that, it's fine. I think that's part of it. You've got to change things, change it back. It's good that you can do that though, and you're not really wasting, apart from your time, you're not wasting materials changing everything too much. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to go for the white birch. That was my initial idea. I thought I'd do the sort of log furniture in white birch, but in the end I did a mixture, and I think that actually looks better because it looks a bit more, I don't know, it looks a bit more natural, I suppose. I'm not sure what theme I was really going for, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Now I'm just going to collect some shrubs. I sort of plant shrubs, let them grow at an area of my island I haven't really developed yet, and then I can go and collect them when I need them. I had ended up with these spaces that were kind of left over from when I'd moved the furniture, and they're the perfect space for a shrub to go, so that's a good idea if you're not sure, or you have kind of leftover spaces, just fill it with plants. And also if you just put plants and shrubs and trees everywhere, then it kind of makes the area look 10 times better anyway. So I just went along and made furniture as I went, as I developed the area more and knew kind of what I was aiming for. I liked the idea of having the mixture of materials, so I've got the stone and the sort of man-made tool shelf with the wood as well. I think it looks nice together because it just mixes up the space a bit. And I love the wood, the log stakes. I wish there was an actual fence like them. I guess the country fence, I think it is a bit like them, but because you can change the colour, it's so useful. Even though I didn't there, but I was going to do the white birch, but again, I think the just natural default colour looked nice. And this is me trying to decide how to do the flooring under the stool. This pattern's really nice that I'm using at the moment. I'm not sure exactly the code. I can probably find it if someone wants it. But I've seen quite a lot of people use this. It just works really well for a sort of distressed stone path look. And because of the edges, you can kind of use it in small areas rather than having to do a full path. So I ended up deciding that I wanted to use that iron shelf, and then figured that it needs to be central really with the island, so that was its I kind of decided the placement at that point. And now I'm just going to get some patterns to do the customization of the stool. So I got this greenhouse screen and I've put all the codes on screen. And then I wanted to get some flowers just to put on the ground, because getting the small types of flowers just looks really nice because it adds a bit to the grass. So it doesn't look so bare, but you don't have to fill the space with actual flowers. Yeah, so I've just customised the stool. I went for the dark wood because that's what I'd seen, to be honest, and it just looks nice for a greenhouse. It contrasts with the sort of glass look top. That's what I was going for. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that placement. I thought you kind of know once you've put it down and it will look right. I feel like you end up knowing when it's in the right place. And then I changed that whole pattern again because it just looks better. The log stakes kind of hides it a bit anyway. And therefore I might try and use that garden faucet, but the pattern of it, the design looks a bit too modern for that area, I think. It looks a bit too, I don't know, it reminds me of a swimming pool, so it doesn't really fit there. So now I'm just planning out where I want the shrubs to go. So I think it's quite useful digging holes in the ground because you can see how far away they will be from each other and where they can actually go. And so I always use holes to figure it out. Where am I doing now? Oh, I'm stealing a tree. That's also, I think, a good idea. If you want to use a tree for something, you can just go and steal it from somewhere that you haven't developed yet, because that tree's not really going to matter, and it's difficult to see what it's actually going to look like when you don't have... If you just had the sapling in the ground, you wouldn't really be able to get the proper image of it. Yeah, I'm stealing more shrubs there. I haven't really done the outside of my house yet, so those ones aren't really important to the look of the house. I think that's the first cedar tree I've got on this lower half of my island as well, but I do want to mix it up a bit so it's not all just the same trees in the same areas. So I think it fits well, and also with the dark wood. I'm not even sure what theme I'm going for on my island because now I think it looks a bit sort of, I don't know what theme you call it, like woodlandy. Now I'm stealing street lamps. I just steal the furniture from everywhere. And this is my massive like flower place that I've just put all the excess flowers, and now it's actually coming in useful, so I can steal some to decorate. I didn't want to do all the same flower colours either. I wanted to do a mixture. I think that looks nice sometimes. I'm in two minds because I like the look of the uniform, the symmetry, and the sort of white flowers with like a single colour, or the hyacinths, but at the same time I like to have a bit more variety. Oh, and I changed this as well because it looked a bit too red, white and blue for my liking. So in the end I changed the red flower for a yellow one. Yeah, so now I'm just putting the small like tiny flower pattern down, and it just adds so much to the space, I think. But yeah, I had a break. I've had like a couple breaks while I was filming this video because I had things I needed to do, so that's why the lighting keeps changing. Yeah, and I thought that white hyacinth looked really nice against that fence, so that's why I moved it. Yeah, so now I'm choosing a bridge to go because I thought I might as well pick a bridge. I couldn't decide between the Zen bridge or the brick bridge, but I decided to go with the brick one in the end. Because I think that will fit, well, it matches the path that I have on the rest of my island, so I think it looks nice, and also the colour is nice as well. It will contrast well with the sort of dark wood on the crafting island. That's what I'm going to call it, I think, crafting island. And the bird bath looks really cute as well. So I'm just playing with the placement of these flower patterns. And I think in the end, not in this video, but I've ended up changing the street lamps to the default colour that I have, which is green. I think they'd look better brown, but I didn't really like the white colour. And also I liked the white ones in the town, what's it called, the plaza. I prefer the white ones there, and I'd have to trade to get more, so I thought I'll just use green ones on this island because I think green would work just as well. Oh yeah, now we have an interruption to this video because I heard Fritta singing Bubblegum KK. She always sings and she's so cute. I love it when they sing. I couldn't really see her though because Pee-wee was in the way. Oh, so now I'm just decorating the actual greenhouse stools, deciding the layout I wanted. I think I knew I wanted the bamboo on there, and then I got some weeds and some saplings to use as sort of plant decoration, I guess. They look really nice actually, the saplings, if you just place them as an item, they look really cute. And then I thought I'd just have one like potted plant. But now I can't decide whether I want that garden faucet there. I found a red brick one, which looks nicer, it matches more. But I decided I wanted to change it all around basically, and then put the garden faucet at the back because I wanted the sound of the water, but I didn't necessarily want to be able to see it. And then I put them on that side, but then I decided I'd rather see the sapling and the weeds rather than the bamboo, so I switched sides. Because that yucca plant, is that how you say it? Yucca? is kind of in the way. Yeah, so now I'm just customizing a white bench because I was going to put it in front of the fence that's at the bottom of the island, so I wanted it to kind of contrast a bit more. These log benches are so good for putting the materials on. I've definitely seen that from someone else's kind of crafting area, I think. Because the tables, I find there isn't many 2x1 tables that all seem to be 2x2, and that's just a bit too big. Oh, so now I'm going to my house and I'm getting a cushion. And this I saw on Reddit, I think. You can get this potting mix design. There is a few of these. This one I liked. And then you can apply it to the cushion and it looks like a potting mix bag, which works so well for the like garden areas. So I just put it on this bench. See, it looks perfect. And then I thought, pay off the bridge so it's ready in the morning. Luckily I have a lot of money from selling turnips, so it's not too much of a worry when I have to pay off bridges. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing. I'm really happy with how it turned out, actually. Seeing as I didn't really have a plan when I went into it, I'm quite pleased. It's actually exceeded my expectations of what I'd pictured in my head, so that's good. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Let me know what videos you want me to do. But I hope you enjoyed. Bye!